He held a black bank card in his dirty hand, but he was shaking from the cold. Everyone walked past him. They saw a beggar. They did not see a millionaire. This man had millions of dollars, but today he had no home. He sat on the wet sidewalk. The rain fell on his head. People looked at him with pity. Some looked at him with anger. Nobody stopped. Nobody cared. They thought he was useless. They were wrong. He was testing them. He was looking for one good heart. But was it too late to find it? His name was Arthur. He was 70 years old. He lived in a big city. He owned many buildings. He owned many shops. He had cars that cost more than a house. But Arthur was very lonely. His wife was gone. His children only called him for money. They did not call to ask about his health. They did not call to say they loved him. Arthur felt empty. He had everything, but he had nothing. So Arthur made a crazy plan. He wanted to know the truth. He wanted to know if people liked him for who he was, or if they only liked his money. He took off his expensive suit. He put on old, dirty clothes. He found an old coat with holes. He did not shave his beard. He put dirt on his face. He left his big mansion. He walked to the busy street. He sat near a coffee shop. Rich people drank coffee inside. They were warm. Arthur was outside. He was wet. He was cold. He coughed loudly. He pretended to be sick. He wanted to see who would help. Hours passed. The sun went down. The street lights turned on. The cold wind became stronger. Arthur's hands were blue. He felt pain in his chest. Was this the end? Would nobody stop? He began to cry, but he hid his tears. He needed to know. Then he saw a boy. His name was Tom. Tom was 19 years old. He wore a thin jacket. It was not enough for the winter. He carried a heavy bag on his shoulder. Tom was a student. He studied during the day. He worked at a restaurant at night. He was always tired. He walked fast. He wanted to get home. He wanted to sleep. But he saw Arthur. He saw the old man shaking. Tom stopped. He looked at his watch. He was late for work. If he was late, he would lose money. He needed that money. He looked at Arthur again. Arthur looked very weak. His eyes were closed. Tom made a decision. He walked over to Arthur. He put his hand on Arthur's shoulder. "Sir?" Tom said. "Are you okay?" Arthur opened his eyes. He saw the boy. "I am cold," Arthur whispered. Tom did not hesitate. He took off his own jacket. It was not warm, but it was better than nothing. He put it on Arthur. Then Tom opened his bag. He had a plastic box. Inside was a sandwich. It was his dinner. He had not eaten all day. He gave the box to Arthur. "Eat this, sir," Tom said. "You need it more than me." Arthur was surprised. His hands shook. "Why do you help me?" Arthur asked. "You look very poor yourself. You need this food." Tom smiled. It was a kind smile. "I am poor," Tom said, "but I have health. I am young. You look sick. Please eat." Arthur ate the sandwich. It tasted like love. He looked closely at Tom. He remembered a face. He remembered a day 5 years ago. It was a hot summer day. A woman and a boy came to his office. They could not pay the rent. They begged for more time. Arthur said no. He wanted the money. He evicted them. He threw them out on the street. The boy was younger then, but the eyes were the same. This was the boy. This was the family. Arthur made homeless. Arthur felt fear. His heart beat fast. Would Tom hurt him? Would Tom be angry? Tom did not know who Arthur was. He just saw an old man in the rain. Arthur waited for the anger. He waited for the shout. But Tom only smiled. "Do you have a place to sleep?" Tom asked. "My home is small, but you can sit there. It is dry." Arthur could not speak. This boy lost his home because of Arthur. Now, this boy offered his home to Arthur. It was too much. Arthur stood up. He was shaking. Not from cold, from shame. "Tom," Arthur said, "do you know who I am?" Tom shook his head. "No." "Should I?" Arthur took a deep breath. The air was cold, but his face was hot. He reached into his pocket. He did not take out money. He took out a key. It was a key to a big building. It was the building where Tom used to live. I am Arthur Stone, he said. His voice was weak. I own the building where you lived. Tom froze. The smile left his face. He stepped back. He was angry now. His hands made fists. You? Tom said. You threw us out. My mother got sick because of the street. She never got better. Arthur nodded. Tears fell from his eyes. They mixed with the rain. I know, Arthur said. I was a bad man. I wanted money more than people. I was blind. I am sorry. Tom looked at the old man. He saw the truth. Arthur was not pretending to be poor for fun. He was hiding from his guilt. He was testing the world. And he failed. But Tom passed. Tom looked at the key. Then he looked at Arthur. The anger was still there, but the kindness was stronger. I cannot take this, Tom said. I do not want your money. I want my mother back. Arthur pushed the key into Tom's hand. I cannot fix the past, Arthur said. I cannot bring her back, but I can fix your future. Please, let me help. Tom held the key. He was quiet for a long time. The rain stopped. The street was quiet. Cars drove by. People went home. Tom looked at the dirty old man. He saw a human being. Okay, Tom said softly, but not for me. For my mother's memory. I will use it to study. I will help others. Arthur nodded. For your mother, he promised. And for you. Arthur did not go back to his big house that night. He went with Tom. They walked to a small room. It was not nice. It was cold. But it was honest. They ate simple food. They talked all night. Arthur told stories. Tom listened. Tom told stories. Arthur listened. Arthur felt warm for the first time in years. He was not lonely anymore. He found a friend. He found forgiveness. The next day, Arthur went to his bank. He changed his will. He gave most of his money to charity. He kept enough for himself. He kept enough for Tom. He did not tell Tom how much. He just wanted Tom to be happy. Arthur stopped pretending to be poor, but he never forgot the lesson he learned that day. Money can buy many things, but it cannot buy kindness. It cannot buy love. Arthur was rich, but he was poor in heart. Tom was poor, but he was rich in heart. True wealth is not in your bank. True wealth is in your actions. When you help someone, you do not lose money. You gain humanity. Arthur learned this too late, but he learned it. Do not wait until you are old. Be kind today. Be honest today. Look at people. Do not look at their clothes. Look at their eyes. You might see a soul that needs help. You might see a soul that can save you. Have you ever helped someone who did not deserve it? Or has someone helped you when you were down? Tell me your story in the comments. I read every comment. Your story might help someone else. Thank you for listening. Remember, kindness is the real money. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell.